Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, and stopping the narratives. And I want to talk in this video about Scottie Pippen and the Michael Jordan dynamic one more time, guys. I know we've been talking and we beat this in the head on this channel. Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. But I constantly see videos. I saw an article the other day, and it was talking about Gary Payton. And Gary Payton was talking about Scottie Pippen during the 1996 Olympics, the Dream Team 2, right? That went to the Olympics in 96 and won the gold medal. And Gary Payton was on that team with Scottie Pippen. And Gary Payton was talking in this article about, Scottie Pippen, how he was in awe of Scottie Pippen and all the things that Scottie Pippen could do on the court. And I'm really just getting tired of people pumping up Scottie Pippen and trying to make it seem, once again, as if Scottie Pippen didn't get his just due. The article said he was the unsung hero of the Chicago Bulls. How the hell is the man who was on the 92 Dream Team, was one of the top 50 players in NBA's history, how the hell is he an unsung hero? It don't make any sense. I'm so tired of this stuff, man. And we're going to talk about this video, the fact that Michael Jordan was greater with Scottie Pippen, but he wasn't greater because of Scottie Pippen. If you guys can follow me on this, we're going to talk about this video. And you guys, man, I want to thank everyone across the world. Everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I'm truly humbled, man. It really means a lot. Shout out to everybody in the membership. Like I said, shout out to everyone who's donated to my channel. Special thanks goes out to Vernon Lee Warren for the super thanks. Thank you very much. You continue to support, man. Like I said, you always humble me with these donations, man. So shout out to Vernon Lee Warren and shout out to my man K, QUE, once again coming through with the super thanks. You truly humble me again, man. So shout out to you guys for all support, man. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So yes, guys, I'm not going to do a long video, but I wanted to touch briefly once again on the Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan dynamic, man. Because I'm getting tired of seeing these videos, hearing these comments of the LeBron James fans and these other idiots always bringing up Scottie Pippen when we talk of relation to Michael Jordan. And they really want you to believe that Michael Jordan would not be Michael Jordan without Scottie Pippen. They really want you to believe that Michael Jordan would have never won anything without Scottie Pippen. And that's not the facts. That's not the case, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Jordan was greater with Scottie Pippen, but he was not great because of Scottie Pippen. You understand what I'm saying there, guys? Playing with Scottie Pippen made Michael Jordan greater, but he was not great because of Scottie Pippen, right? So, once again, this acknowledges Scottie Pippen helped Michael Jordan win. He helped the Chicago Bulls. He helped Michael Jordan and the approach that Michael Jordan had to the game. How many times have you heard Michael Jordan say, when you mention my name, you should mention Scottie Pippen? I've told you guys, I've never heard any other superstar player ever say that about their teammate. Or when you mention my name, you should mention this guy. I've never heard anybody say this. Only Michael Jordan is constantly saying this, consistently. When you mention my name, you should mention Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan appreciated Scottie Pippen. He gave Scottie Pippen his just due. All the post-game press conferences, you guys know we've been over this. He gave him his just due. So when I hear people say that Scottie Pippen was the unsung hero of the Chicago Bulls, no, he was not, man. No, he wasn't. If you want to say Ron Harper was the unsung hero of the second three-peat, if you want to say that Horace Grant was the unsung hero of the first three-peat, you can make a claim. You can make that kind of argument. You can actually say that because those guys maybe didn't get their fair share of the credit. But Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, they got their just dues. Scottie Pippen got his just due, man. I'm so tired of people trying to act like Scottie Pippen didn't get his just due. The unsung hero of the Bulls, man. Get the hell out of here. Scottie Pippen got his just due. The man was on all-star games. He made all NBA teams playing with Michael Jordan, right? He won NBA championships playing with Michael Jordan. Like I said, he was on the 92 Dream Team because he was playing with Michael Jordan and the success that he shared with Michael Jordan. He was part of the top 50 players of all time with Michael Jordan. So he got his just due. The man was selected to the NBA Hall of Fame. And who did he ask to induct him into the Hall of Fame? He asked Michael Jordan, guys. You think that was a coincidence? You think that Michael Jordan paid Scottie Pippen to do that? No. Scottie Pippen could have chose many other people to do that, but he chose Michael Jordan because he understood the impact that Michael Jordan had on his career. So once again, I say, Michael Jordan was greater with Scottie Pippen, not because of Scottie Pippen. Whereas Scottie Pippen was greater with Michael Jordan and because of Michael Jordan. All those years of going against Michael Jordan in practice, the standard that Michael Jordan upheld for the Chicago Bulls organization, being the elder statesman there, being the big brother to a Scottie Pippen, that made Scottie Pippen greater. It wasn't the other way around. Once again, Michael Jordan was greater with Scottie Pippen on the basketball court because Scottie Pippen was a great player. And once again, he helped Michael Jordan with the approach to the game. So what have I told you guys in the past? Part of the problem for the Chicago Bulls before the development of guys like Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, right before guys like John Paxson came into their own, the B.J. Armstrongs, right? They incorporated someone like a Bill Cartwright, right? You brought in these guys, the role players like Cliff Livingston and the Craig Hodges. Before all these guys started to develop and they had that chemistry going, the problem for the Chicago Bulls oftentimes was whenever Michael Jordan came out the game, the Bulls fell apart. So if the Bulls are playing a game, right, they're in a tight game, whatever the case may be, they sub Michael Jordan out for a couple of minutes. All of a sudden, the Bulls are down by 10, 15 points. This happened every time. Michael Jordan could never get subbed out for any extended period of time because there was no one else to pick up the slack. Also on the defensive end, Michael Jordan always had to give all this effort on the defensive end on both sides of the ball. There was no time off from Michael Jordan. He could never take a breath. This man was running himself ragged those first 3-4 seasons. Go watch the videotape. The man's everywhere on offense and defense. So when I talk about the approach to the game that Michael Jordan always speaks about when in relation to Scottie Pippen, this is what we're talking about. Scottie Pippen's development allowed Michael Jordan to take some rest on the bench. And Scottie Pippen play with the second unit, right? And give Michael Jordan that much needed rest. He could pick up some of the slack from Michael Jordan on both sides of the ball. No, he wasn't a potent scorer and he couldn't shoot the ball like that. But Scottie Pippen could hold down the fort, so to speak, while Michael Jordan went to the bench. The development of guys like Horace Grant, the John Paxsons, right? This allowed Michael Jordan's approach to change. But it was mainly Scottie Pippen, his development, right, over the next several years, 88, 89, 90, right, 91, when he started to develop and come into his own, that allowed Michael Jordan, once again, to change the approach of the game. It allowed him to focus on certain aspects of the game at certain points in times of the game. It allowed him to conserve energy and take rest on the bench at certain points in times of the game without the game getting blown out or getting out of hand. These are the things I'm always alluding to you guys about. So Michael Jordan didn't have to guard the number one perimeter player on defense every single time. Scottie Pippen could take some of that burden off of Michael Jordan. That's what it was about for a Scottie Pippen. When you call Scottie Pippen and we say he was his right-hand man, this is what the right-hand man's supposed to do for you. Take some of the burden off of you, right? Help you out. Give you some help. Once again, I always laugh. Michael Jordan's never allowed to have any help. They always want to talk about Scottie Pippen. Oh, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Yeah, and a lot of other great players had way much more help than Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, man. And once again, Scottie Pippen did not make Michael Jordan greater because of Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan was great regardless of Scottie Pippen, but Michael Jordan was better on the court. He was greater on the court with Scottie Pippen, not because of him. There's a difference there, guys. Scottie Pippen was obviously greater because of Michael Jordan and the tutelage, right? The pushing him in practice, holding him to a standard, right? Don't forget, Michael Jordan often played with the second unit. So him and Scottie Pippen were going back and forth at each other. So once again, steel sharpens steel. And Michael Jordan helped Scottie Pippen become a greater player by pushing him in practice. And once again, on the basketball court, Scottie Pippen helped Michael Jordan immensely. He made him greater on the basketball court, but he was not greater because of Scottie Pippen. He was greater with Scottie Pippen. With Scottie Pippen. Whereas Scottie Pippen was greater because of Michael Jordan. Because of Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen is not Scottie Pippen with another player. He's not Scottie Pippen with Patrick Ewing. He's not Scottie Pippen with Karl Malone or Charles Barkley. He's not that guy. It's a different approach. It's different. Going and practicing with those guys as it relates to Michael Jordan and his work ethic, his practice routines, the standard, like I said, that he upheld for the Chicago Bulls. There was no one more competitive ever in the history of the NBA, especially in the 90s. As competitive as these guys were, no one was on Michael Jordan's level as far as competitiveness was. And Scottie Pippen learned and benefited from this stuff. He benefited from Michael Jordan pushing him and being his big brother, having his back, giving him the confidence. Michael Jordan already had the confidence, already had the game, and the Bulls were already ascending. They went to the place every year that Michael Jordan was there without Scottie Pippen. Once again, without any real help. So as you guys know, man, I'm just tired of people saying stuff. And when Gary Payton talks about Scottie Pippen during the 1996 Olympics and how he was in awe of Scottie Pippen and all the things that Scottie Pippen can do. I kind of laugh at this stuff, man, because once again, what they're trying to do is take away from Michael Jordan, and they're trying to pump Scottie Pippen up to make it seem as if, oh, Michael Jordan really wouldn't have been Michael Jordan without Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan really wouldn't have won without Scottie Pippen. And yes, we can all say that the Bulls probably don't win 6 championships without Scottie Pippen. But to say that Michael Jordan would not win anything without Scottie Pippen's a complete lie. All Michael Jordan needed was some help, just a little bit of help. Once again, Michael Jordan doing more with less than anyone else in the history of the game, guys. Anyone else. No one's won as much as Michael Jordan with less help. No one has. So when you talk about those things, it doesn't add up what Gary Payton is saying. Yes, Scottie Pippen was a great all-around player. He was very good. He's a solid playmaker at that position. Once again, playing in a triangle offense. This wasn't Scottie Pippen just running the point guard position because he was so skilled. And they ran a triangle and allowed Scottie Pippen, once again, Michael Jordan allowing Scottie Pippen, right, to thrive, to be successful, to have a role and play that role, to be the point forward in a triangle offense. But you're going to act like Scottie Pippen would be making all these plays and doing this on the court if Michael Jordan wasn't there, taking all the defensive attention, taking all the pressure off Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen had no pressure to deal with when Michael Jordan was there. And this was Scottie Pippen said in 1994 that he wasn't aware of. All the pressure that he was dealing with, he didn't know about because Michael Jordan shielded them from that. All the media hype, all this stuff off the court. Scottie Pippen didn't realize it. All the leadership roles that you had. Scottie Pippen wasn't a real leader. Right? The pressure of taking the last second shots, of being the closer, of taking all the questions, taking all the accountability, all the blame. It all fell on Scottie Pippen that year. Michael Jordan always shielded Scottie Pippen from that. Once again, making Scottie Pippen greater, giving him the respect, and once again, giving him the confidence by pushing him in practice, and once again, giving these guys the credit and always deflecting the blame off of them and onto himself. He always took the blame and deflected the credit off him onto his teammates. But people want to talk about Scottie Pippen, the unsung hero of the Chicago Bulls. He's not the unsung hero, man. These people really believe that Scottie Pippen was supposed to get the same amount of credit as Michael Jordan. What the hell what world are you living in? There's no world where Scottie Pippen will ever get the credit that Michael Jordan got. And he doesn't deserve to get the credit that Michael Jordan gets or got. He never deserved that. He was the second player on that team. He was never Michael Jordan. He was never close to Michael Jordan. And he wasn't the all-around player of Michael Jordan, guys. I don't care what anyone says. Michael Jordan was a much greater, superior, overall, all-around player than Scottie Pippen, man. Michael Jordan was a great defensive player, guys. He just was. And that's not a knock on Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen is one of the elite defensive players, a very versatile defensive player, but he don't have the skills, the lockdown ability of a Michael Jordan, guys. He don't have the athleticism, the quick feet, the quick hands of Michael Jordan. He don't have the instincts of Michael Jordan. He wasn't a true competitor like a Michael Jordan, man. He just wasn't. Once again, it's not a knock on Scottie Pippen. He's an all-time great defensive player. He just wasn't greater than Michael Jordan, guys. He didn't have the longevity on the defensive end like a Michael Jordan did. Michael Jordan was a great defensive player late into his 30s, into his mid-30s. Scottie Pippen was not. Okay, guys? He just wasn't. So we think about all these things. Once again, he wasn't a greater playmaker than Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. No, he wasn't, guys. Yes, Scottie Pippen was a solid playmaker. Once again, run the triangle offense. But he was not the passer. He was not the ball handler. He didn't have the overall offensive arsenal to make plays in the post, to make the plays all ball like Michael Jordan, to run the break like Michael Jordan, or to shoot the ball like Michael Jordan. Once again, the overall playmaking ability of Michael Jordan is just greater, because he was a greater offensive player. So his playmaking skills were just greater. He was more polished on the offensive end. His overall game was just greater. It's easily. Scottie Pippen was a very good rebounder at that small forward position. I'm not knocking his rebounding skills, but Michael Jordan was no slouch on the rebounding. Michael Jordan, one of the great rebounds at that shooting guard position. Think about how many putback dunks Michael Jordan has. Those are called offensive rebounds, guys. A lot of people forget to mention this kind of stuff. We're talking about leadership, the intangibles, the heart, the grit, the toughness. Michael Jordan is superior to Scottie Pippen in all those categories, guys. All those categories. Michael Jordan, once again, maximizing the plays around him. Someone like Scottie Pippen, he maximized Scottie Pippen. It wasn't the other way around. So once again, guys, when Gary Payton talks about, Scottie Pippen in the 96 Olympics on the Dream Team too, and his overall game. Yes, Scottie Pippen had a very good overall game. But once again, they're trying to make you believe that his overall game was greater than Michael Jordan's. I've heard people say that Scottie Pippen was the greatest overall player or greatest all-around player in the 90s. That's insane. 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 When you had guys like Michael Jordan out there, not to mention guys like David Robinson or Hakeem Olajuwon, right? I mean, how can he be the greatest overall player, all-around player in the NBA at any point in time of the 90s? You had great overall, all-around players. Guys were not just one-sided in that era, right? John Stockton wasn't just a passer. He also played defense. He hustled. He was also a leader, right? I mean, my goodness, man. I don't understand how all of a sudden Scottie Pippen is the greatest all-around player in the history of the game they want you to believe, because they're trying to take away from Michael Jordan's greatness, from his legacy. He was in awe of Scottie Pippen. You were in awe of Michael Jordan in the 96 finals, right? Remember, that was coming fresh off of the 96 finals where Michael Jordan destroyed them. Where was Scottie Pippen in the 96 finals, guys? Do you guys remember where he was just a couple of months earlier? Where was he in the 96 finals, Scottie Pippen? What was he averaging? Like 15 points a game on like 39% shooting or some nonsense? Shooting like 25% from the three-point line in those finals? I mean, my goodness, man. Where was Scottie Pippen then? I told you guys, for me, Scottie Pippen's game changed from about 1994-95 to the time he retired. Especially on the Bulls, those late three-peat Bulls, when Jordan wasn't there those couple seasons. Scottie Pippen all of a sudden thought he was a three-point shooter. This guy started shooting 5, 6 3-points a game. If you look at his numbers, they skyrocketed 94, 95, 96, 97. This guy showing only 3-point shots up. And I told you, that took away from his overall game. He was setting for a lot of jump shots, right, during that second three-peat. Because Scottie Pippen was once again drinking the Kool-Aid. They moved the three-point line in, and Scottie Pippen thought he was a shooter like that, when he never was. His flat jump shot never was a three-point shooter, never was a shooter in general. That's why the man barely shoots 70% from the free throw line. But they want to talk about his overall game. His overall game, he wasn't a finisher under the rim like Michael Jordan, above or under the rim like Michael Jordan. Can't shoot free throws like Michael Jordan. Can't shoot in general like Michael Jordan. Once again, he wasn't a great defensive player. He wasn't a greater playmaker than Michael Jordan. So how the hell is Scottie Pippen a greater all-around player than Michael Jordan, guys? Wasn't a leader of Michael Jordan. Didn't have the toughness of Michael Jordan, the grit, the heart of Michael Jordan. He didn't have the durability of a Michael Jordan. He just didn't have it. Michael Jordan was the greater overall player easily, guys. Easily. So tired of people talking about Scottie Pippen, the unsung hero of the Bulls. Scottie Pippen got his just due. He ain't no unsung hero. Unsung hero. What are we talking about here, man? The guy that was on the Dream Team, a guy that was part of the 50th anniversary team, the guy that's in the Hall of Fame, the guy that made all-star selections, all-NBA teams. That guy's the unsung hero of the Chicago Bulls. Why? Because he never won a Finals MVP? Because he never deserved to win a Finals MVP. Those are the facts. That's the reality of the matter. Scottie Pippen was never the X factor for the Bulls. It was always Michael Jordan raising his level of play. Raising his level of play, leading his team, galvanizing them, giving them the confidence, having them prepared, being coachable. Remember, it was Scottie Pippen who didn't want to go in the game against the New York Knicks in that 1994 Eastern Conference semifinal. He didn't want to go in the game, showing poor leadership. Once again, being soft and sensitive, like Scottie Pippen's shown that he is. So I just want to talk about that briefly, guys. Remember, Michael Jordan wasn't greater because of Scottie Pippen. He was greater with Scottie Pippen, not because of him, right? Once again, Scottie Pippen helped Michael Jordan on the court. He helped his approach to the game, right? They pushed each other. But Michael Jordan was great. He established himself way before Scottie Pippen was ever on the Chicago Bulls, man. Michael Jordan was leading the league in scoring. He was doing all these things. That's Michael Jordan, guys. Those are the facts, man. Those are the facts. Right? Michael Jordan was not great because of Scottie Pippen, where Scottie Pippen was greater because of Michael Jordan and him pushing him in practice and holding him to that standard. Those are the facts, guys. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.